Commander Parker basically is the overall supply boss. He looks at both sides, services and logistics. So almost every day we interact with SUPPO in terms of briefings, in terms like in S6. We have several morning reports that we provide to SUPPO.
Keep your eyes out for what's going on in the hangar bay. Do not abdicate your responsibility for safety up there. Make sure, and a lot of people like to say the wing has it, they've got control of the situation, but they're busy trying to get their stuff off the ship, not necessarily focusing on how safe and good evolution is. So make sure as you see stuff, you correct it.
We also have our division officers meetings. We also have our PA meetings. And SUPPO has been on a carrier before too. He was on the Kennedy. And so we normally collaborate, and I ask for guidance and plan ahead.
With the SUPPO and the supply department as a whole, I would tell you that I probably interact with the supply department more than any other department throughout the ship. I probably rely on the supply officer and his area of expertise and his staff as much, if not more, than any other department head on this ship.
Okay, got the sailor of the day up here today, and she is from Supply S5, works down in the wardroom. CSSR.
It's our most junior folks that are, doing all that hard, grind of day-to-day workload. My job is basically to take care of them so that they can take care of the ship, sort of thing. That's kind of the way I think it works. The best part of it all, though, is that you're leading folks that really enjoy what they're doing, that are proud of what they're doing, and it's it's a 24/7 operation. You kind of provide the means to help them do what they need to get the job done, and they always get the job done.
About every 7 to 10 days we'll do a unrep with a replenishment ship, and we do usually a combined vertical replenishment and a connected replenishment, which involves 2 ships running alongside. Helos are flying back and forth with moving cargo. When we're underway, we get CODs just about every single day, sometimes twice a day. Just a few minutes ago, we had 2 CODs arrive for carry onboard delivery aircraft, and they brought a bunch of parts and equipment from the beach. They offloaded it up on the flight deck. They staged it on an elevator, elevator 1 here, and they brought it down from the flight deck. And then the sailors from various divisions, air department, supply department, all floated that equipment from the elevator, and now are processing it and getting ready to store it down in storerooms.
And a little bit taller and weighs like another 20% more. Sure couldn't fit it in a COD. You sure couldn't send it over via unrep, so you'd have to pull into port in order to replenish them.
The work we do as supply officers affects the morale of the crew with our ability to handle everything from the feeding, their laundry, the pieces, parts, equipment they need to do their job. All their creature comforts fall largely under supply. We get to work with all the different departments every single day.
It's it's kind of an organized chaos, we say, but at the same time it's very well planned and very well thought out and very well briefed to make sure that it goes without a hitch. Because you don't have a heck of a lot of time to get that stuff down into your holds, because before you know it, you're flying again. So you need to get that stuff on as efficiently as you can. It's continuous motion, and like I said, that's the part that most folks don't actually see, but it really is the bread and butter of what we're out here for.
Supply officer supports our work by mostly by giving us the freedom to do our work. We have a saying in supply that you can't fly without supply. For us, logistics side of it, we provide all of their office supplies, repair parts, everything that they need to actually do whatever their job is.
Well, downtime is something you kind of have to put into your schedule, I guess. You get a little bit here and there, a little bit of time to PT during the day, but every once in a while I just feel like you need a minute or two.
A lot of what we do directly affects the morale of the crew, particularly on deployment when they're far away from home, away from their families, You know, the quality of the meals that they're getting, the quality of the items that they have available to buy, and their, of course, pay issues, things like that all affect the morale of the crew.
I think that what he really brings to the job is a personal approach where he cares about human dignity, he cares about treating people right, and if you know the golden rule, you treat others as though you would want to be treated. He really epitomizes that.
Supply on an aircraft carrier, one of their biggest jobs is service to the crew, and Chris Parker has made that a priority, and it really shows as you go throughout the ship.
My father was a supply corps officer, and so I grew up around the Navy. I ended up going to UVA, and ended up getting a scholarship while I was there. And lo and behold, last year there, went to go to the flight physical, and my eyesight had deteriorated slightly. They said, you can't be a pilot. And so I called my father like anytime I ever have a problem. And he said, well, I warned you about this for a reason. Finally, I said, well, what do you do? It's incredibly satisfying work. You definitely have to surround yourself with good folks to keep the whole thing running smoothly. You're having a ton of fun with the whole thing, but then you've also got to deal with that whole family separation piece, which I've got some young kids, and that part of it makes it a little tough. I think you can't do it without the support of your family. My wife Beth is just I thank God daily that I've got her. I'm proof positive that if you keep your keep that alive and do whatever you can, do the best job you can wherever you are, that one day you end up where you really hoped you could be one day. And like I said, I wouldn't trade this job for any other job in the Navy.
In the Supply Corps, you're learning a field where you can go out and get into the business world. You're going to learn so many different skills, from logistics to maybe financial management, contracting. A supply officer can come in and do just about any job that they give them, and they can succeed in any area.
An aircraft carrier is a great place to bring all your skills together as a supply officer, because there's such a large, fast-moving operation. You get to see all different kinds of things every single day that you may have never experienced before in your career.
Well, I think supply, like everything that we do in the Navy and really everything in the world, has become much more flexible. I think Navy Supply has led the charge there in being a flexible, versatile organization that can deliver the parts when we need it.
I've been on a carrier before, but it was a little different this time, walking up that first time going, wow, I'm the supply officer on board this huge ship. It's not just the idea that you're the SUPPO on a big ship, it's that you're a SUPPO on one of 11 national assets. It's kind of daunting at first until you realize that there's a whole host of competent chiefs and officers and enlisted personnel that are out there. You're not on your own by any stretch. It truly is it's a great opportunity, and I wouldn't rather be anywhere else in the Supply Corps. This is the best job there is. I think everyone wants my job. It's rare that you hit the rack with the feeling I didn't do anything today.